Hello, my chariots. Welcome back to my channel for another pick a card reading that I have for you today. And today's reading is, does my person feel the same way as I? So we'll take a look at the combined energy of you and your person. We'll see if your person feels the same way that you're feeling about them. All right. So I do have 3 piles for you today, but before we go over them, I just want to say hello and welcome to my new subscribers. It's great to have you here. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos if you get a chance. And to my returning subscribers, welcome back. It's always lovely to have you, your energy here, and I'm glad that you can still continue to come and support this community that has grown. All right. So with that being said, let's take a look at the piles that I have for you today. Pile 1. This is the Mermaid Tarot, so this will be your reading. Pile 2, you have the Good Witch Tarot. And pile 3, you have the Celtic Tarot. All right, so 3 piles. My chariots, you know what you need to do in order to pick your pile, but if you're drawn to more than one, that's perfectly fine. That means that there's messages in the other piles that you may need to hear. And if none of the piles are resonating with you, or if you pick a reading and what I'm saying does not connect with you, does not resonate with your story, that's perfectly fine. Just realize that the reading is not meant for you. These are general readings for the collective, so not every reading is going to match to your situation. That you're okay with that and you can kindly back out. You can check out the other videos that I've already uploaded, or you can go check out the other amazing readers that we have in this community. There are many. Spirit is always looking to connect with you, so surely one of them will work with you if you do not find that connection here. All right, so pick your pile and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. All right, you chose the Mermaid Tarot here today for your reading, and today's reading is, does my person feel the same way as I feel about them? So we will take a look and see what energies come through and what messages Spirit would like you to know today. Okay, so before we get started though, let's just take that moment to go within. All right, and quiet our minds. So pile 1, if you can take in a deep breath for me. And I just want you to be still for a moment so that you and I can connect. Focus on your third eye chakra. I'm looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most today. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust my intuition always. All right, pile 1. So let's get into it. Let's take a look, see what comes through for the energies regarding you and your person, and see if they feel the same way that you feel for them. Actually, you know what? I feel like I want to bring in here, before I start the tarot cards, I feel the urge to bring in my pendulum. So I'm going to do that. Let me just shuffle here quick. Let's see if we can get an answer right away, and then I will use the tarot to dive in and give us more information on how things are different or the same between you two. Okay, let's take a look. So Hold on here. Here's my beautiful amethyst pendulum. I love this. The energy in it is so strong. Um, so I do not doubt it when I ask the question. So I'm going to ask my pendulum spirit, does pile one's person feel the same way as pile one does for them? And just give me a moment while I watch the way it's swinging. And for me, the way that my pendulum is swinging right now, the answer is yes. All right, lovely. So let's see. So they do feel the same way that you feel about them, but let's get in now to the beautiful Celtic spread and see um, what the complications are or what messages you need to hear most at this time. So we have the Eight of Cups, and we have Strength, and we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Magician, we have the World, we have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and Judgment. All right. I'm going to get two from Under the Roses, Lenormand. Child, and the Gentleman. And then I'm going to just grab two from, I believe this is Myth and Fire. Match Made in Heaven. And Tie the Knots. Interesting. All right. So pile one, since I'm comparing to see if your person feels the same way that you do, what I'm doing is a combined energy and timeline today. So in this Celtic spread, the timeline that we have here of present, past, and future is actually your combined energies of you and your person. And then I have your energies up here and your person's down below. You may have seen this if any of you have had my personal readings. And then I move forward, uh, going a little bit further with your person. We'll look at how they see themselves in this connection, what's going on in their environment, hopes and or fears, and final outcome, which I use for additional messages. Cross card being the obstacle. So what I do see, okay, from the Eight of Cups, um, I feel that this is a situation that you and your person had to walk away from. Okay, so the person that you're thinking about is the person that's on your mind. This is someone where both of you had to walk away from this connection. All right. And that's what's coming through here in this present energy. And again, we're talking about the combined energies, and how I'm feeling here is, I say, pile one, here you are drifting off. You're trying to follow that light, okay, this moonlight, and your person here, um, there's a feeling of being left behind. So I do feel like both of you in some way feel like you were left behind by the other person. So you may be able to come forward and say, no, it was my person. Here's what happened. But I feel like your person also has some pieces or facts that they feel that you had to walk away from them as well. Okay. And do they feel the same way as in a sadness? Yes, there's a sadness here. There's a regret, and there's a feeling like there's a loss here. All right. And that's shown by the Five of Pentacles. All right. And the Five of Pentacles um, is that card that really represents a physical need. All right. And it's that feeling of that both of you can be missing one another very much. That again, there's a loss here, feeling like you may have missed out on a situation. But I feel like what it's important to know is if you look at this person here, the way they're kind of curled up, and it's the same for this person in the Eight of Cups, like they're over on their side, curled up. I feel that the message strongly coming through today for you, pile one, is that don't take for granted that this didn't bother your person or affect your person when the two of you had to move away from one another. It most certainly did. All right. And when I look at the past energy, all right, of the two of you, what I'm seeing is this Ten of Pentacles. And look at all the people that are in this card. I mean, this is a card that represents family for me during readings, but using this deck today, look at how family is represented here. And yet, surrounded at a table, food full of food, and many people. So what I am feeling here is that there were families involved in some way, all right, that prevented this connection from being able to move forward, all right, and that was difficult, right? So you up here, pile one, you're coming in as this strength card. That's Leo energy. So I feel like you're showing that energy where you are trying to be strong through this, because I do feel like, look, you felt like you and your person were a match made in heaven, right? That's how much you felt like uh, this person was the one, all right? Um, and you're trying to be strong, since, or you're trying to represent that feeling of strength since the two of you were not able to continue this connection, this relationship, and follow through, to see where this would end up, where this journey would have taken you. And the fact that I see a picture here of a child, um, is also making me wonder, pile one, if you have children in any way, again, a family that needed to be a priority here, which complicated things, which made this situation hard in order for the two of you to be able to move forwards. All right. What I'm also seeing here, look, your person felt the same way. Okay. When I look down here at their energy, they're coming through as the magician. And their card here is tie the knot. I feel like they did manifest you. All right. They manifested you in some way. I do feel with the judgment card over here as the final outcome card that this is a connection that definitely triggered the both of you in some way to have that wake up call, that awakening, that experience that jolted the both of you. And that's exactly what the purpose of this connection was. Spirit, the universe was trying to get your attention. All right. They were trying to get your attention. You might not have been paying attention to them. And this is the only way that they felt that they could zero in on you, make you really hear, just like the horn, that the mermaid, using a shell here, to sound the alarm, to get your attention. You might have had your head buried in the sand. You weren't listening. You didn't hear the call. All right. And I do feel like it was the same for your person because, again, with this magician being here, I feel that they were on a same level of energy that you were at the time that the both of you met, at the time that the both of you connected. Okay. And that's why you two came together, came to be. Um, I also feel that with this manifesting, that the both of you were on some level where I feel that the two of you were dealing also with some inner child wounds, and maybe you just were not addressing them prior to this. All right, and then meeting this person has really is having you stop and think about something that I feel, especially for you, pile one, with this child card here. There's something here that you're dealing with when it comes to yourself that maybe you weren't dealing with before. All right, because this little girl wears the blue dress and she's surrounded by the butterflies. And it's number 13, which is that death card. And what are we talking about? We're talking about transformation, that Scorpio energy. Okay, so there's something here where I feel that you needed to heal and grow from. There was a transition here, for you to step into that next level, that next version of yourself that maybe perhaps you weren't ready to do prior to this. Because this blue dress that this little girl wears represents authenticity and it does represent speaking the truth. Okay, and the Jack of Spades is down here in the corner, which represents the Knight of Swords energy when we're talking about tarot. And that Knight of Swords energy is that knight that wants to rush into battle. That's the knight that wants to get something off their chest. They have something to say, and I feel with that representing this little girl here in blues, there's something within you, again, where you perhaps have not been speaking your truth about who it is you are or what it is that you want out of life. And I do feel like this person was specifically brought here to help you through that process. What else can I say? Right. I do feel your person down here. Again, they have these feelings for you. They saw you as marriage material with this tie the knot. Like they saw you as definitely being able to be a partner for them. They want to be a gentleman towards you. Look at this card that came through. It's the gentleman with the rose. So definitely seeing the romantic feelings. And this gentleman is looking this way. This magician is looking this way. And here we have this card here of tie the knot. Okay. Ace of Cups is here showing me that they would love this opportunity. all right, to be able to experience this newfound love that they found in you, pile one. So, those feelings are very much the same, that they had these deep romantic feelings for you. Um, it could also represent to me, um, that if this tie the knot card is here, it could very well be a possibility coupled with this Ten of Pentacles that your person is already in a marriage. So that's why this Ace of Cups is hard, right, to flow. This opportunity cannot flow freely because your person is already committed. They are invested in another situation, prevents them from being able to move forward with you. We also have the number 28 here, which reduces to 10, and that is the Wheel of Fortune. So we're talking about fate and we're talking about destiny, which I feel that your person, again, same type of feeling, match made in heaven, them feeling that there's a destiny here. When you look at their hopes and or fears, it is the Nine of Cups, which talks about that wish fulfillment. So they see you as that wish fulfillment. They see you as the one. All right. Um, and yet, I remind people that when we are talking about that Wheel of Fortune, it's possible that they are already in a cycle, like the wheel where that karma, that karmic cycle needs to turn, that they're involved in another journey right now. And that's why this connection was not able to move forward the way that both of you would have liked or hoped for. Okay. When we look at your person's environment and how they see themselves in this connection, the wands are coming through. So I'm seeing that fire energy. How they feel about this connection with the Page of Wands here, they're still attracted to you, all right? They're still very much attracted to you. And look how, this mermaid holds this wand, okay, with both hands, okay, in this picture. So, your person's still holding on to the feelings that they have for you. Um, and yet, with this Knight of Wands here, I do feel that there's just a fire that is within them. Okay. But this Knight of Wands, for me at least, when I'm doing the readings and I feel the energy, even though I feel this fiery sexual chemistry that may exist between the two of you, it's also something for me that represents instability. Okay, so I do feel that when it comes to your person's environment and you, they are in and out of your lives. So they're either going hot and cold, or they're super warm and friendly one week, and then the next week there's silence, and that's because, again, having to share energy, it's difficult. Okay, because this becomes emotional energy since their feelings run deep for you. All right, it's too much for them to handle. They can't give to you 100% because they have to give 50% elsewhere. All right, so because of that, there's sort of a instability here, a hot and cold, or a recklessness that is driving your person at times. All right. So I do feel overall, pile one, yes, your person, you were both on the same page as far as the chemistry and the romantic feelings that you both have felt for one another. And what I see clearly is why this connection was not able to move forward. Let's see. Now, the future energy I'm looking of this connection is the World card. And you may not be able to see it because I have it sort of hidden here with this card. But let me just put that right there for a second. Here's the World card. And what I love about this card is, there's a positive outcome that is going to come from this connection with you and your person. I do have to warn you, it may not be the vision that you're thinking of. Will you end up together happily ever after? No, but Spirit wants you to know that there's some positive outcome that's going to become of this. So again, driving you from this awakening, this judgment, this triggering of whatever, caused the two of you to come together, showing me that you have to work on something, showing me that your person may be working on something. Something good is going to come out of this in the end. All right, you are going to come out on top as a better version of yourself, and so is your person. All right. And you can owe this connection to that, which I find beautiful, which I find very positive. And also, the world for me sometimes represents a unfinished business. So it is very possible that someday in the future, the two of you may reconnect when the time is right, of course, to finish something that you were not able to continue. But know that as you move forward, as you work on yourself, as you work on healing, that something good is going to come of this. All right. So let's see. Before I am going to get some messages from your person, but let's just clarify this center energy to see if there's any other messages. The Queen of Wands. A lot of fire and a lot of passion. Okay, do you see this? So I have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands. If the King of Wands came out, the whole family would be here, right? So again, I do feel family is heavily involved in some way, and at the same time, there's a lot of fire here, and I also feel, spiritually, this connection was needed. All right. This was part of the agenda for the universe. And because of that, both of you feel that fire, that chemistry that you have with one another. All right. So then let me just grab one more card for, let's see, the world here, the future energy, and just see what else there is. And I also want to point out that I do feel both of you, because the Queen of Wands is representing this combined energy of the two of you, the key word for me whenever I see her is inspiration. All right. So I do feel that both of you have been an inspiration to each other, which I also find to be a beautiful thing. The Seven of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like there's this energy coming through of, you're both not sure what lies ahead when it comes to this new beginning, okay? But that the destiny, the fate is here, and if it's meant to be, it is meant to be. So again, as you guys move through your journey, if some things are released to make room for this connection, I definitely feel that there would be some sort of reconciliation once you sort of what am I looking to say? Kind of clean up the clutter, clean up the, whatever your energy, whatever's taking up a lot of your time, once you clear out the clutter and things begin to move freely when it's meant to be, I feel that both of you are on the same page. Like, yes, you absolutely agree. You will connect again. Okay. On the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. All right, now this is Taurus energy. It could, again, be a confirmation for me that there's definitely a marriage of two, for one of you that's involved here. Okay, there also just could be, this Hierophant Hierophant also can represent teachings. It can represent a higher level of teaching. And you see this woman here at her desk. I feel like she's writing, she's researching. So I feel again, there's some sort of higher teaching, higher learning that is going on here when it comes to the both of you. All right. So let me get some messages from your person. All right. So let's see. Pile one's person. What messages do they have for pile one today, Spirit? I want to send you a message, which is interesting with this writing that's right here. I can't let you go. How can we make it work? I feel like I'm going crazy. And on the bottom of the deck, what you see is only a persona. Interesting. So maybe if you see your person in however you can, whatever light that may be, whether you see them in person, whether you see them out with other people, whether you see them online with their social media, one of you, I feel. I mean, definitely this is messages from your person, but I mentioned to pile one to you earlier, you know, about authenticity. You know, maybe the two of you never really took off that mask, okay, and showed each other the real you, okay? So let's see here. What else do I want to do? I know I wanted to get some cards from the tea leaf. Now, I feel like these are, ooh, an extra confirmation. Let's see what comes up, if anything will resonate with this reading, or like a bonus confirmation if you're looking for a sign in some way. All right, so ooh, what's this one? The purple one. Month of the year, July. Ooh, so maybe July is special to you guys. Money path. A patch with money is waiting for you to find it, right? Maybe one or both of you are working on your financial stability at this time. Um, Maybe you're making it, maybe your person isn't. It could be vice versa. But someone here, I feel, is really trying to focus and concentrate on their financial success, their financial endeavors. And let me get one more. Candle, you will be shown the way. And I feel like, here's that judgment again. Here's the awakening. Um, when we started out the reading, how I felt like that Eight of Cups, you were looking at the light, you're following that light. I feel that spirit has been with the both of you this whole time. And maybe this is that confirmation that you needed with the candle here, that this is a spiritual connection, all right? And that you're not crazy. This is something that spiritually resonates with you, and because of that, you are being guided here, whether you realize it or not. All right. So let's close out. I'm going to close out with a twin flame angel number and see what advice comes through at this time regarding you and your person. Number 64. So let me know if that number resonates with you at all. Try to see things from your twin flame's perspective to gain a better understanding. So Spirit's asking you, pile one, to try to see things from your person's perspective. Um, in order to understand the bigger picture here, when we're talking about this judgment, um, and awakening. All right. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have number 945. Step into your senses as a way of communicating with your twin flame on an intimate level. All right, pile one. So I am going to leave the reading here. Let me know if it resonated with you in the comments below, and I will see you again at the next reading. Okay, bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading being, does your person feel the same way as you do? That's what we'll be taking a look at today. So before we get started, let's just take that moment to go within and settle our minds so we can connect. So, pile two, can you take in a deep breath for me at this time? And just quiet your mind. And I want you to focus on your third eye chakra so that you and I can connect and I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most today. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and my intuition is highly accurate and clear. All right, so before we dive into tarot pile two, I was drawn to use my pendulum today. So I'm going to actually start with the pendulum, and then we'll do a deep dive using the Celtic tarot spread and see, you know, if your person does or does not feel the same way as you. If we can get some answers and some reasons why, see what Spirit's willing to give us today. Okay? So I'm going to ask Spirit, does pile two's person feel the same way as pile two feels about them? Hold on. It's doing its thing. Okay, so the answer for this pile is no. Move very strongly as it starts to move. All right, so the answer for this pile is no, but we're going to get into the whole thing and see what's going on, see why, what's different. All right, this is the Good Witch Tarot that we're using. So let's see how things are different between you and your person. All right. Right, the Three of Wands, the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the moon. If you hear noise in the background, that's my puppy trying to knock at the door. The King of Swords. The Standing Stone. What is this? Oh, this is Justice. Okay. Some of the names are a little different in this deck, but okay. The Standing Stone and the Ace of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Interesting. Ooh, and the Empress, the Earth Mother. All right, let's see what else. The Stork and the Tree. And then I'm just going to get two cards here from Myth and Fire. Out of the blue. Wearing a mask. Very interesting. All right. Just give me a moment. All right. So, the question in today's reading is, does your person feel the same way as you do, pile two? Excuse me. And the answer was no, okay, according to the pendulum. What I'm seeing a couple things and feeling a couple things right off the bat. The first thing is distance. All right, there's an obvious distance that exists between the two of you in some way, and that distance is huge right now. So because of that, I feel that that's reality. Um, that's just being practical. There's a distance here where the two of you cannot be together. I feel like your person is somewhere where they're hoping to, you know, they want this land. They just want to feel this freedom. They want to be sort of like in this farm-like setting. They may not have that right now. Um, they're struggling, right? They're struggling. They feel like they're on their own little island here. But I'll get to all that in a second. I feel most importantly right now with this Earth Mother here that your person's trying to ground themselves in this moment, all right? That grounding, that earth energy is very important to them. So if we take a look, here is the timeline that I'm looking at of the combined energy of you and your person. And
right in the middle is the Three of Wands. So that's where I feel there's this huge distance between the two of you, uh, as if there's this energy that both of you are on completely different islands, looking afar, waiting for this ship to pull up, right, to pull up to your dock, pull into your harbor, and it's not happening, right? And there is this feeling of waiting patiently, yet knowing that it's not going to happen, and that's because I can see that the two of you are in very different situations, all right? Or at least that's how your person is seeing it at this time. So with this Three of Wands, definitely a period of waiting when it comes to you, a period of, I feel like things have halted, things have stopped, and it's sort of just in this limbo state at this moment. What's interesting is the obstacle. Okay, we have the Six of Athens here, which is the Six of Swords. But, first of all, this is a card of healing. So I feel like it, the subconscious reason that this connection relationship is not proceeding is because there's healing that needs to be done on both sides, and that's not being done. All right. In addition, this card can represent travel as well. So I'm feeling like, again, there is some sort of distance in travel that gets in the way of this connection. And because your person feels like your worlds apart, you're on two different islands here, um, they just look at this as, when we're talking about practicality, when we're talking about reality, that this would never happen, right? Uh, what's interesting is the past energy um, coming from the both of you is the Queen of Wands. So, it is showing me the desire that the two of you had for each other. It's showing me perhaps the inspiration that the two of you had for one another. There's right here with this woman or a witch, whatever you want to call her in this deck. These look like purple hyacinths to me. And, so there's that color in the purple coming through, first of all, um, showing me that there is some sort of spiritual connection here. This witch has her wand, straight up. Um, and I love how, representing the Queen of Wands, she's dressed in yellow, showing me that passion and the confidence that one would have in themselves, right? And that's what the Queen of Wands is all about. It is about that inspiration that she's very confident in who she is and who her identity is, right? And I feel like that there was something here that I feel like that is what's driving your person and perhaps yourself as well, um, to better themselves. But what I am feeling from the energy of this reading is that you're in a better spot than your person. And I don't want to say a better spot, but I feel like you might be ahead in this spiritual journey compared to they are, if that makes sense. Um, you're coming in over here as the King of Cups, the King of Chalices, and everything looks bountiful for you. Now, you may not feel that way. Now, first of all, this is Scorpio energy coming through. And what I'm getting um, with this wearing a mask, I feel that there's an intensity here. Whenever I see this King of Cups, this Scorpio energy, there's a lot of emotion that lies within you, pile two. And I feel for where this person is in their journey, it's very intense for them and it's very overwhelming. Okay, so because of that, I do feel that they moved back or have moved away from you. Okay. And that's why I feel that pendulum is not swinging in the same direction as you are. They're feeling too intense. I feel like you have pushed them in some way. You almost have backed them into a corner is what's coming through here. Um, but again, there's some sort of feeling coming through that when you even look at this King of Cups, it looks pretty bountiful. You're sitting here with, and isn't it, we have Thanksgiving coming up for those that celebrate. You're here, you're in it's interesting that there's blue flowers here. There's bees that are swarming around you. So you may have a community that you turn to at this time. So in some ways, things appear grand for you when this person is looking at you, even though you may be struggling, because I do feel with the King of Cups, this Scorpio energy, there can be some things that are that still remain mysterious when this person looks at you. There's an intensity, there's a darkness that they don't know or they're unsure of. It's very interesting though that in this reading, this card, this deck, there's a lot of blue here for this King of Cups, showing me that maybe you have already come to terms with taking the mask off. So maybe you are finding that authenticity that I feel your person has been struggling with. So you see how things are different here. You may be on a different path because you're really coming to terms with who you are, and your person is still trying to learn that about them. So they're in a different, I feel like they're on a different wavelength at this moment. You're also coming through here as the stork, okay, which for me is a very positive card. If children, are not the main reason for you, the stork is all about new beginnings. It's about changes. It's about, to me, like good news is coming, new beginnings, new opportunities. All right. You have the Queen of Hearts down here, which represents the Queen of Cups. So, there's that compassion, and there's a lot of uh, nurturing feelings that you may have inside. The fact that I see the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups here, along with this out of the blue energy, I do feel like you've met this person in, like just it was by chance, it wasn't anything that you were expecting. It sort of hit you like a ton of bricks. And yet here's number 17, which represents that beautiful star. So I feel like um, for you, Pile, to like you see this person as the one, that shining star, and yet I feel like that star is right now a million miles away. Like you can't lasso it, you're having a hard time catching it, but yet you still continue to hope. Okay, when it comes to the future, you still try to be hopeful that if it's not this lifetime, within the next lifetime, that you will end up with this person. That's the feeling that's coming through. Now, if we take a look at your person, they're coming in here as the Six of Pentacles, which shows me they do not have the bandwidth to deal with you right now. And I hope that doesn't come off too harshly. But, the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. Um, and they're not there because I feel like priority right now for them is this material world that they're living in. So they're not quite at that spiritual level that I feel like you are at, Pile two. And because of that, um, they feel that they cannot give to you. They feel that it's not practical. Okay. When asked how they see themselves when it comes to this connection, they come through as the King of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. So you have Scorpio energy and you have Aquarius energy, but Aquarius, you know, they're more practical. It's called head versus heart is what we're dealing with whenever I see this king come through. And the fact that they're sitting in this energy in the question of how they see themselves. That means that they're trying to be practical and realistic about what this connection is. Meanwhile, they come through here this as the tree. And as you can see, they're on an island floating by themselves right now. I mean, we have, first of all, the Seven of Hearts, which is the Seven of Cups, and then we have the number 5 up here in the corner. I feel that, again, they have to be concerned with something that's going on right now in uh, their material world. So their material world is rough right now, with drama and conflict. They may have health issues or they're dealing with health issues. They may not feel good about themselves. They're trying to focus on their their beauty, the way maybe they've let themselves go in some way. For some, with this Earth Mother here and this whole grounding energy that I'm feeling, they may be dealing with children in some way. So depending on the situation, they may have a baby on the way. All right. I'm very curious here. There's a stork here as well. And even though that's coming up in your energy, I don't know if you picked up on that or not, or they have children that they have to worry about, all right, and that they have to care for right now. Um, and yet, you know, this number 5, it does represent the Hierophants. It does represent that Taurus energy, which is more grounding energy. Um, the 7 of Cups is also here, where it shows me the confusion of what lies ahead of them for the future. Like they still don't know where they're going to end up. Because I still feel that, look, they're dealing with trying to become authentic. They're wearing a mask, they have been, and maybe they wear this mask in the environment and the people that surround them at this time. All right, and there's the difference. So I do feel, and yet in the Six of Pentacles here, there is this woman here in a blue dress. So I almost get this feeling like they want to be authentic, and yet the people that surround them, they're still, I'm not saying that it's these people and the reason why they're not being authentic with themselves, but it's contributing to that, right? Because your person can definitely take that mask off whenever they're ready. I feel it's more of a case that when I look at their environment, see justice is here, the standing stone, you see the scales that are here. I'm looking at the stone and even the rocks that surround it in a circle. I feel like they're just in a karmic cycle in their life that they need to work through. And because of that, I do feel that there's a lot of earth energy that surrounds them. All right. There's a lot of earth energy that surrounds them because I don't think, again, and not to knock this person, I just don't feel like they can emotionally handle right now any other feelings and intensity coming from you. So if you feel like you're pushing them in any way or you're driving that, just realize all that does is back them into a corner. All right. And meanwhile, I feel like this person feels very alone, and yet she or he, with this earth energy here as the final outcome card, is struggling to really step into their power, their hopes and or fears. The hopes to me is this Ace of Pentacles. They want a new beginning in their life. Okay. But they realize that they do not have room right now to correct themselves or better themselves in this 3D situation, and also to be able to compromise and work with you. Hold on, I'm just looking here at the future energy. The future energy is this moon. So again, there's still, secrets I feel that exist between the both of you, where there's something where like a shadow side, maybe both of you are dealing with your shadow side. It could be very well that the two of you, when you came together, you realized that you're actually triggering each other's shadow side. And I feel like that's still an issue here, even as we move into the future energies. There's illusions here, like both of you, pile two, are not understanding each other or seeing the bigger picture. And I find that to be interesting because I feel like from past energies, that is what sort of brought you together. And you, even though it triggered the both of you, um, it's triggering the both of you in such a way that you're still not dealing with something that's hidden here. At least that's the energy that's coming through. Right? So before I get messages from your person, let me just see if I can clarify the center energy, if there's any more messages that will come through. The Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. It's interesting because if your person, because you see the pentacles are here, they're coming through so strong for me for your person and having to ground. Um, there's this energy of this earth mother having to take care of a family, right? And yet I feel your energy coming in that, um, you would love it if your person moved away from this situation, but that's their choice. All right, that's their choice to make. I'm also feeling with this Knight of Wands mixed with the Ten of Pentacles that there could be some risky and reckless behavior that your person partakes in from time to time. All right, in order to, well, it's certainly not to ground themselves, even though that's what they need. And again, that's why I feel like this karmic cycle is here. But I feel like that's how they deal with some of the complications or whatever this chaos is in their life. That's how they deal with it. So let me pull some more for the moon, which is the future energies of this connection. The witch. It's the magician and the Two of Cups. It's interesting because they want to manifest a new relationship, a new love. Um, what I'm feeling is from this Two of Chalices, and then I'm looking with the way these arms are linked. And the Ten of Pentacles that are here in the center energy with this Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Like your person definitely, I feel like this is a father or a mother that we're dealing with where, you know, this coin, just seems to be very messy for them right now. So whatever this coin represents to them, pile two, it's very messy. And even though I feel like they want to manifest a new love for them. They want a new experience for themselves because whatever it is that they're dealing with now leaves them in a place where they feel very alone. Again, I keep hearing that they're on this island, that they're on this island and they're trying to flourish, but it's still difficult, right? Because at least with this tree, when you look at it, it's not barren. It's not like the leaves are falling. It is very lush, but yet they're out there, and they're surrounded by water, which can be an emotional situation, right? They're reflecting. I could see the reflection of the tree that they're looking at, right? And they're not thrilled about the situation here that they've created for themselves, and yet here's where they are. So there's a realization that, they're going to have to break free from this if they want to have that opportunity to experience a new beginning in this environment, a new experience in love. I just feel that they're having trouble right now getting there because they're not ready. They haven't taken off their mask yet. So until they do that, there's still going to be a struggle. Okay, so let's get some messages from your person. I'm going to use my own deck here today, Chariot Soul Tarot deck. See what messages come through. I miss our friendship. I am in a dark place, but I am drawn to your light. You don't fear my darkness, and it scares me. See the darkness, the messages are referring to darkness. The moon is here. I want to move forward. I want to move forward with you, but I'm not sure how. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, you inspire me, which is what we started with the Queen of Wands. Now, I also have these tea leaf fortune cards. Let's pull a few of these and see if there's anything additional that, um, if you're looking for a sign, if you're looking for another confirmation in some way, it might come through with these cards. All right. Shield, you need to defend yourself. It's very possible that the situation that's causing so much drama and chaos, uh, there's a realization here that your person is going to have to defend themselves. Again, I feel like they're going to have to stand up and take off that mask if they really want to change things in their life, in their environments. Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So I feel like they still admire you, pile two. It's not that they don't, okay? It's not a situation where I feel that they didn't have feelings for you, and that's why that pendulum swung. No, I feel like it's because of the journey that the both of you are on. You're just on different levels at this moment in time. All right, and last one, mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So pile two, that definitely can be your person. They're sitting here in this King of Themes. Aquarius energy can be very stubborn, but so can King of Cups. So if this is a power struggle and a power war, I can tell you right now that that stubbornness, that pride, that ego is not going to get you anywhere in this situation. Okay, so I'm going to close out with twin flame angel numbers and see what advice um, there is for you today. 4141, congratulations. You've taken the proper steps on your healing journey, which assures success. So, again, pile two, I feel like there is a different level here. Obviously, there's still things that you're working on. You're always going to have to work on yourselves. But what I feel the most is that you are sort of elevated more than your person right now. And that's what can be difficult and unfortunate that when you do meet someone and you connect, but they're just not ready. They're not at the same level that you are. And on the bottom of the deck, we have 1010. There is a divine plan in order. Let go of your need to know future events. So if you are being obsessive with this person, trying to find out, trying to know as much as possible about them. Spirit is asking you right now to let that go. There's a divine plan, all right, and to move forward and focus on this. You know, if you're moving in this direction, if you've worked on opening your heart and your person is still struggling with that, then you need to accept that, move on, and live your own life, okay, while this person continues on their journey. All right, pile two. So I am going to leave the reading here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile three. Welcome to your reading as you chose the Celtic Tarot deck for today's reading, which is, does your person feel the same way uh, as you do about them? So that's what we're going to take a look at. But before we get started, let's just take that moment to go within and quiet our minds. So pile three, if you can take in a deep breath. And while you're exhaling, just try to release any tension. And I want you to focus on your third eye chakra, which is right in between your eyebrows. Because I am looking to connect with your intuition today so that I can bring you the messages you need to hear most. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. And I trust that my highest good is unfolding. All right. So before we get into using the Celtic deck, which I appreciate, you know, I am 75% Eastern European, mainly in the Slavic region, the Czechs, that whole area. But 25% I am Irish. So I do have an appreciation for the Celtic deck that you chose today. But I am going to start out first using my pendulum. All right, look, my beautiful amethyst pendulum. Did I say that? Amethyst. I love it. I love the energy in this pendulum, and I just love the way it works. So I'm going to first use the pendulum and ask the question, and then we'll use the tarot deck and get into whatever the answer is, get more information on why it is the way it is. Okay? So let's ask the question for pile three spirit. Does pile three's person feel the same way as they do about them? And we're just going to wait patiently as it sets up here. And when I wait patiently, I can really feel the energy coming through. And this is the answer of yes for this pile. Okay, so they do feel the same way that you do. All right, now let's get in and see if we can get more answers, okay, and go deeper. I'm recording this on an early Saturday morning. It is a beautiful sunny fall day here, which is lovely. So I hope all of you, when watching this, are having a good day as well. Okay. Wow, look at that. The lovers. We're just getting right down to business, pile three. How about it? Let's see. The Six of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The Two of Cups. This cup, I'm sorry, this card, the Two of Cups rarely comes out for me in readings, and now that's the second time it's made an appearance for me. The Ten of Wands. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. The Moon. The Four of Swords. Oh, well, that one wanted to come out. Ooh, the Five of Swords. Okay. Yikes. And the Page of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. Interesting. And the Emperor. Wow. Now let me get, I'm going to get two here from Under the Roses. The Lady. The Clouds. Yikes. All right. Now let me get two here from Myth and Fire. Hiding the Truth. Oh, wow. Love at First Sight. Oh my goodness. All right. This is okay. Let me just, I'm going to put Mr. Desert Rose back here so I can just move this up a little for now. All right, pile three. I mean, we asked the question, the pendulum swung yes, and look at what came out immediately. I mean, I'm looking at the timeline here, the combined energies of you and your person. So there is no doubt that your person feels the same way. I'm sorry, I'm very drawn to this card at the moment, the energy that's pouring in. Take this how it resonates, all right? But look, there's three people in this card. We're talking about Gemini energy here, and we're talking about usually, yes, that when you see the lovers, is it an intense feeling? Is it a tense attraction? Absolutely. But with the Two of Cups here and the lovers right aside, three people here that are in the card. What I'm feeling mainly at this time is that your person is with someone else, and what's coming through is they feel like they did not make the right decision. Okay, that there's some sort of regret here. I feel that, and it's very interesting because you have this person here in white, and then you have this person here in red. Um, And what I'm feeling is that your person, um, and with past energies, with the Two of Cups here, it's obvious that your person felt this from the very beginning, okay? And yet they chose somebody else or they remained with someone else. And yet it's what I'm seeing here in their energies, which we haven't even got into yet, is they're having a very difficult time. And right now this your person's back is turned on the other person. So, there were choices that were made here when it came to this connection. And I do feel with this King of Swords, this Aquarius energy, that is coming through as the obstacle, your person made the practical choice, which they felt was most logical at the time. And now I feel like they're kicking themselves. All right. And it's pretty straightforward as far as going through the rest of the reading. There is a huge loss or a regret that they're holding within them. This Two of Cups from the past energy, looking down at your person's energy, coming through here as a love at first sight. They knew this. They knew this from the very beginning, and yet I feel like, wow, look at this, the Ten of Wands. Like they really put the blindfold on. And because of that, all it has developed now as they move through their journey is a burden, a heaviness that they have to carry within them. The weight of the world is on their shoulder. If I look at the card that's coming through here, it's the clouds. Okay, so I feel, and then look, there's number 6 here, which the Lover's card is already here, but this is showing me that the problems that they're having right now in their journey, it's showing me the complications. They feel very distorted. You see the cloud, like there's a murkiness that they can't see clearly, so they may be making um, terrible decisions that are not helping them at this point. It may be hurting them. And that yet the King of Clubs is down here, the King of Wands. It's that fiery energy where I feel like they're looking to take action, and yet when I look at the rest of the cards, they haven't. I feel like their action was already taken by not uh, whatever it was that they should have done or they needed to do or they should have said, they did not. All right. And that's coming through very strongly today. Now, before I move on with the rest of their energy, we're looking at your energy. I feel like you reached this moment where you know this as well. Obviously, as the combined energy of the lovers, you know exactly how you feel about this person. Um, and yet there's some sort of reality here where you have moved on. Okay, you've decided to either hide the truth or bury the truth in some way in order to move on with your life. The Six of Pentacles is here. I feel, as this lady, you gave to this person, you really opened your heart, you tried to be vulnerable with them. Okay. Um, this woman wears green. That's representing the heart chakra to me. I feel like you wore your heart on your sleeve when it came to this person, that you had the clarity with the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Spades here. And this person turned away. All right. This person turned you away is what I strongly feel. And because of that, you're just trying to keep the peace. We have number 29, which reduces to 11, and that is the Justice card, which is Libra energy. And I just feel that with that Libra energy, because you'll see the scales there, and then with the Six of Pentacles, that you realize that this person did not return the same. They did not do the same for you, whether it was they did not compromise, whether it is they did not speak up when they had the chance and express their feelings the way you did, or they did not answer questions honestly when you were having some sort of serious conversation. Um, and because of that, I feel like you know how you feel about this person, but now it's like time for you to move forward. And that's where you are right now. So it's not like you've dismissed this person. I feel like you know how you feel about them, that you'll always have that feeling. But I was looking at this picture here, it says hiding the truth, and it's this heart with two stones. But I feel like, again, there's two sides to this story. And there was a mask or something. There was, your person didn't, wasn't clear, to you. You could see the murkiness that is down here, and now where your person is. And that left you feeling very hurt, very confused, heartbroken, really. And it's something that you had to spend time healing from, all right? And you had to really work on healing that heart chakra, okay? Because you were expecting the same from this person, and it didn't happen. Your person's in this energy. I mean, look at the energy that came through here. We have the clouds, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the Four Swords, the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Your person um, is just in a dark place right now. They're not happy with the Four of Swords, um, and I feel like there's regret here. The way this Four of Swords looks, it almost reminds me similar to the Four of Cups energy, where I just feel like, this person's sitting here like a bump on the log, saddened and depressed. They're quiet. They're definitely quiet right now. So I feel like this is a moment for the two of you where this is a no contact situation, and your person just like, here's the sunlight far, far off, and they're up here sulking in some way, saddened by the past decisions that were made. And instead of sort of trying to turn things around for themselves right now with this Five of Swords energy, I'm just feeling like they're wallowing right now in self-pity, or they're feeling sorry for themselves in some way, that they did not fight for this connection, uh, and because of that, and the choices that they have made since then, is what I'm seeing is it just hasn't been smooth. And yet they do try to remain in control, because we look here and the final outcome card is the Emperor, which blows me away, because it's showing me that your person knows without a doubt that they are your divine masculine, that this person is, your counterpart. And yet they let it all just go by the wayside, you know. It looks like for their hopes and or fears, the Page of Pentacles is here. And to me, this is like the energy of a mini magician. Whenever I see this page, they have this coin and they want to like extend that olive branch. So I do feel like your person is hoping that someday they can muster up the energy to extend the olive branch in some way, because I do feel like they feel that they owe you an apology, okay, in some way, of some sort. And yet, if you were to look at this person with this Emperor energy here and this King of Swords energy on its side, I feel like this person appears to be very cold, or very stubborn, or very, um, stoic, straight faced at this moment, where, you know, they have a handle on their life, and yet, um, the moon is here in the future energies, And again, the moon is showing me, first of all, look at how, this full moon is here. So I feel like there's just a high emotion. The emotions are running high, and I do feel like it's more on your person's side right now, pile three, because of whatever it is that they're going through here. I mean, I'm really looking at all this water in this picture. Um, And yet, you know, there's still the sense of an illusion or cloudiness that just weighs over this person, because I don't think they know what direction they're headed in at this point, if I'm honest. They really don't know where they're headed. I feel that the main energy that's coming through from your person is that they know they messed up, and yet they're trying to just carry on and move through. So let me see here. What else? Let me clarify this present energy, see if there's any other messages. The Nine of Wands, it's a shame, that Nine of Wands, your person feels like a wounded warrior, like they feel like they've been beaten down a couple times. So I don't know if they just, let's see, like there's this feeling here that like like they've been beaten down in several relationships. So take that how it resonates, but they feel like they're always the ones to get burned, and yet I feel like their actions and behavior is what is driving sort of their journey, you know? They're not innocent is what I'm trying to say, and yet they feel it. Like they're in a lot of pain, and I feel like they're hurting tremendously. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done here, and yet I don't know if they're making the correct choices. It's what's coming through now is almost like they're just moving through this life like in an empty way, hoping that they can just get to the next one, like as if they're going to skirt by, and they're waiting for the next life, and they're going to think things are going to be better. It's kind of sad. Um, and my advice would be, shame on you, because you're going to get to that next life, and this person is probably going to repeat these patterns all over again. And then let's clarify this moon energy, the future energy, this connection. The Two of Swords. Yeah, your person has their head buried in the sand. They're just not ready to face. And I feel like, that's what they've kind of been doing their whole life, when they have to face their emotions, because the water, the bodies of water here, the moon and the Two of Swords, is showing me that, your person keeps turning their back on their emotions and their feelings and what they need to deal with. And it's not working, obviously, but yet they continue to, you know, they continue on that path, is what I'm saying. The Eight of Wands, yeah, it's like, the Eight of Wands, it's about this swift, spontaneous movement, a swift action, like they feel like they just want to wake up one day and poof, everything is going to magically correct itself without them putting the work in. This emperor needs to put work into themselves. All right. And it's much more than just realizing that they need to put the work in, they need to actually do it. On the bottom of the deck that we're ending with here is the Hanged Man. So I feel like they just allow themselves to be in this limbo phase, this Hanged Man here. I do feel like your person watches you in some way, however they can, or they have people looking out for you, or they are watching you, or looking you up, or doing whatever it is that they can. But other than that, they take no action. They're very quiet. So let's get some messages from your person. Let's do hidden truth. Divine masculine, divine feminine here, because I feel like there's a lot of hidden truths when it comes to this person. They keep a lot of secrets. I admire you. I don't know why this happens. You see what I'm saying? It's like there's a woe is me here, and yet there, oh, I don't know why this happened, but it's really all based on their actions. Interesting. Can be myself with you, and maybe that scared the hell out of them, you know? I want to start over. Well, that's going to take a lot of work, right? So just so you're aware, pile three, this person would need to make a lot of changes within themselves, and it takes work. It's nothing that's going to happen overnight. It's not going to be that Eight of Wands energy that they're hoping for. I am not over you. We know that because of the Lover's card that came out right away. And I do feel, pile three, that you made the right choice, because this person has lots to do yet. And again, it's a shame. It's not that they don't have feelings for you. I feel that they love you as much as you love them, but they did, they just did not put in the work, and they didn't step up to the plate. They didn't level up when it was time to. And I feel like, that's the consequence of where they are right now in this moment in time. So I'm shuffling the tea leaf, and let's see if we can get anything extra or any confirmation or anything that you're looking for, additional messages. The crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Now, if children are not involved, as the card is saying, it could be an enterprise. They could be trying to improve their career, their status, their business in some way. Maybe they're focusing on work at this moment, so they don't. Again, this is someone that will not deal with their emotions. They kind of push them away. So they'll take on other activities. What you may find is that this person, though, cannot, how can I say this? They jump from activity to activity because nothing is filling that void that they're carrying within them. So you may think, oh, wow, they do all this stuff, but it's almost like they take on projects and activities and they don't finish them because of that void that they're not dealing with. Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. So, yeah, I felt something in that lover's card, and that's why I was drawn to it in the very beginning, where I feel like, did they choose someone else? Did they stay with someone else? And they're disappointed in the way things are working out for them. And because of that, there's even a bigger regret here, because they feel like now that they're just walking around aimlessly, whoever disappointed them, really crushed them in some way, because they know deep down that I feel that if they would have made a different choice a while ago, things would be very different for them right now. All right, let's see. Ooh, wait. Okay. Dog, protection from powerful friend. So, pile three, my advice to you right now is you may be picking up on this person's energy, because I do feel like they like to be energetically connected to you, because I do feel like it's the only positive thing that they're feeling at this moment. So you may feel them latching on. I feel like this message is here specifically for you to make sure that you're protecting yourself, okay, from this person's energy, because I feel like they're in a place right now where they're numb. They don't know what else to do. They don't know, they feel like they don't know which direction to go in. Um, they have to muster up a lot of courage in order to make these heavy choices that they need to in their life. And because of that, they may be feeding off of you in some way. So if you can feel that, just make sure that you are protecting your energies, okay? So let's end here with a message, which is the twin flame angel number, and see what advice we have for pile 3 at this time, Spirit. Wow, 9/11. Union is in the air, but are you ready? Take care of any unfinished business now. So I do feel that your person is going to be moving forward and making changes. Um, the question is are you ready for it? So meaning when they approach you, uh, what what would you say to them, or how are you going to respond after all this time? Because I do feel like there's some time that has passed in regards to this situation. And then on the bottom of the deck for you is 1155. Don't take opinions personally. People can only understand things from their own level of perception. Now, what I'm feeling is this could mean a couple of different things. One, um, you may need to be a little bit more open if this person does come forward and try to explain things from their perspective. Spirit saying here maybe that you need to be a little bit, even though you were hurt, to be a little bit open and understanding and trying to at least allow them to say what they need to say. And then also, I feel overall that this is a complicated situation, okay, in this time. And maybe you have friends that did not agree or just didn't understand what this type of connection was. Spirit's letting you know that this is basically a note here to make sure that you're following your intuition, all right? Following your intuition, that you know your own journey and where you are and what this connection was, what it was all about, and what it meant to you. All right, so I'm going to leave the reading here, pile 3. I hope it resonated with you. You can leave a comment below, and I will see you again in the next reading. Bye.